So as is tradition, tradition started a week ago. We're going to splice in Blake's dice picks as they come in. We didn't note that last time because he didn't tell us what was going on, but here it is. So let's start off with our first game. Oklahoma State, Tulsa finally gets to go. It is the best rivalry OSU has, the closest rivalry they have, the Turnpike Classic or whatever. They're favored by 22.5. The line has moved from 21. So a lot of money coming on the Cowboys here. Jamison, do you share that same optimism that Oklahoma State's going to come out hot in week one?
You would think so because they have, the big star players that everyone talks about. I want to see how Tyler Wallace comes off injury, and I want to see how Spencer Sanders is going to play. But the thing is, you've got to think this game got rescheduled because Tulsa didn't have enough players because of COVID. Was that because they got a lot of people who had COVID and now they're just now recovering and now they're going to get thrown into this game? Or did they have a bunch of tracing, and they've been out of practice? Whatever it was, you've had Tulsa guys, so many on the team that they couldn't play that haven't been practicing for the past 2 weeks. And I think that is going to be huge for a team that's trying to prepare for the number 11 team in the nation. So 22.5, I'll take it. Give me OSU.
Yeah, I'll also go with Oklahoma State because we've seen how flat teams can be after a lot of tracing, not a lot of practice. Look at what happened to Navy. They didn't have a single contact practice, and they got absolutely just mud stomped by BYU. So I maybe in a normal year, Tulsa would keep this a little closer, maybe possibly keep it within 21. I just don't see it this year with the COVID stuff happening this week. So give me Oklahoma State minus 22.5. Ty, who do you have?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to concur with you guys. I think that Oklahoma State and noted communist share the wealth Mike Gundy will probably carry the day here. And yeah, I think that's an easy cover. You guys touched on everything. It's Oklahoma State's only rival. And it's, for Tulsa, it's probably their second or third biggest rivalry game. So there's going to be some, hot tempers, but yeah, Oklahoma State.
Yeah. So probably a pretty good win for OSU and on there.
Please, dear God, we need OSU on this one. Tulsa, no way they keep it close. They played 2 or 3 quarterbacks, it felt like last year. Really no consistency. And OSU has this is their year, supposedly. This is their year that they think they're going to be the most successful. So they need to come out with a statement win to show people that they're for real in the Big 12. So please, OSU, please, home. Yes! Oh, my God, yes. Yes. That's that. We got that OSU minus 21.5. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, that's a good start. Last week we didn't start with a good start. We didn't get that Louisiana Lafayette, so who I've been a truther on forever. So just remember that. Boatin Blake always pointing out these people early. Oh, I dropped the dice. Crap. Okay.
Let's move on to this game now. This has changed quite a bit. Baylor was supposed to play Louisiana Tech. They're not anymore. They're now playing Houston on, it's a big nude Saturday on Fox. Substantially harder game, I would say, than La Tech. Do you think? So, Ty, I'll let you start with this one.
Somebody's got
I have a grandfather clock in the background and I can't shut it up. So we just
sound like a train crossing.
All aboard!
All right, I got the lead here.
Ty, are you all aboard the Baylor train here?
Yeah, I'm not on the Baylor train, but I think Baylor is gonna, do what they do best and get a Colt together and throw some shiplap on it and take a good cover here. Those are the only two things I know about Waco. That and they lie about what fast food places they have coming, and then some other stuff we're not going to talk about on the podcast because it's actually pretty messed up. But Colts and shiplap.
Okay, Colts and shiplap. I like it. Oh man, I don't know about this one.
I think just because it's moved, I don't know that original Baylor. I think it was 11.5 or 12. I don't know about that, but I like A 3.5 line, I think Baylor can win by a touchdown at home.
Look, there's been a lot of weirdness in the Big 12, and I still want to see what Dave Aranda has to do, their new head coach. I don't know. Give me Dana Holgorsen and the Cougars to pull out a win here. I just have a weird feeling about this game. There's just been too much going on. It's a big in-state. I'm not going to say rivalry, but it's an old Southwest Conference matchup. Houston's probably chomping at the bit to get to play Baylor. So give me the Cougars to get a little bit of motivation and take down Baylor here. Jamison, who do you have?
So are you taking them outright, just to clarify?
I mean,
it's not going to affect your pick. Like if they don't win outright, but they cover.
I would.
Is that what you were saying there?
Yes, I would take them outright. That's what I'm going to do. I'm taking Houston outright, but for the purposes of the pick, Houston plus Tree Fitty. So,
oh man. See, this one is probably the hardest one of the week for me. I'm really struggling with it. But I'm just going to go with the better quarterback and the home field advantage. Give me Baylor and Charlie Brewer. Charlie Brewer's his senior year. He was definitely showing out and was someone to look at last year. And I feel like I have this bad taste in my mouth just from what we saw in the OU game with him. But he's still a really good quarterback. I understand they lost, James Lynch and a lot of their good players on defense, but still. Yeah, well, Mims too. Rest in peace, Mims. And what about the guy, the Rams guy on Hard Knocks? But I think you just gotta. Whenever it's a toss up, I'm just gonna go with the home team and the better quarterback. I think that'll at least give me 4 points.
I think this will be, in all of college football, probably the most fun game to watch this weekend. Dana always entertaining to watch. And with this close of a line, it being in state, they're competing for relatively the same pool of recruits now that Houston's on the come up. This will be a fun game regardless.
Yeah, I mean there are definitely some sneaky good games in this one, but I think this takes the cake for me. I'm very interested in seeing this as a Big 12 fan.
Now on to Houston Baylor. I really want Baylor here. Houston sucks. Dana Holgerson's not going to be able to do anything at that program. God, Baylor. Yes! Oh my God, we are getting a good card this week. Oh, yes. 3.5. Oh my God, yes. Okay.
Now let's move on. We actually, believe it or not, have a ranked matchup. Number 17, Miami, at number 18, Louisville. They're going into the house formerly known as the Papa John Stadium. So it's an ABC game. Louisville's favored by 2.5. Ty, do you think the fury and vengeance of the Papa will carry the day for Miami? He said something big's coming. Is it this? Are you writing with
I'm saying this in every sort of group message and group chat that I'm in. In the first week of November 2019, Papa John said that a day of reckoning is coming. And I want you to look at everything that has happened in the world since he said that and tell me that he wasn't right. Australia caught on fire. I don't even remember what has happened since then. That was the first domino that fell. And it just... He was right. So I would like to see what he has to say about this. There were some other things he said in the past that maybe he wasn't so right about. Just to clarify, don't take my words out of context here. He was right about one specific comment at one point in time. It was not the previous ones that he was in that situation for. But I want to ride with my Hurricanes here. I'm a big Miami fan because I like everything that they stand for. And I hate Louisville because I don't know why you would like Louisville because they're from Kentucky. Honestly, I don't know where this is even being played. You said Papa John Stadium or
former Papa John.
I don't know what that is.
Louisville.
Okay.
There's a big at right there.
This one's rough. I'm just gonna. I gotta ride with Miami.
Jamison?
I picked them last week. They carried me. I got to ride with them. There's no analysis here. I'm probably wrong.
That's okay. Jamison, are you riding with the Canes again, or are you going with birds with teeth?
At first glance, I wanted to pick Miami. But to be completely honest, I was not too happy with the way they played.
No, they were terrible.
They were terrible. it just looked ugly versus a bad team for Miami last week. And I felt very fortunate that Miami got the cover for me. Louisville at home, once again, I hate playing this out. It makes me sound really unintelligent whenever I'm picking this. But in coronavirus times, being a home team is extremely helpful. And Mikael Cunningham for Louisville had a pretty good game versus Western Kentucky. They're up 28-7.5, and you can kind of tell they just let off the gas a little bit and kind of let Western Kentucky get back in the game. I think Louisville is a better team, and Miami just has too much indecisiveness. And it's just hard for me to pick a team that could go really, really high and beat Louisville by 14 plus, or could completely just fall in the dirt like Florida State did this weekend. So I'm going to take Louisville -2.5.
Yeah, Miami didn't really impress me a ton. I was obviously not very high on them as I picked UAB to beat them. UAB apparently had zero interest in trying to win that game or covering at the end, as I think their punter is still just punting away in Miami.
Miami didn't even have their cool punter playing, by the way.
They did not have cool punter, and that's a bummer. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to ride with birds with teeth here, and think Louisville gets this win.
Yeah.
At the former Papa John Stadium, and maybe if we just put the name back on the Papa John Stadium, all will return well to being right with the world. Because the second he started becoming a Kentucky fan, the tides have changed. Everything has gone horribly wrong. So, yeah, give me Louisville here.
Here, you know what? I will take. I guess let's go Miami with the bounce back. I know I was on Louisville earlier a little bit, but I can see a bounce back performance. I just think Derek King's a little bit better than how he played than UAB, and maybe UAB's a little bit better than we think. So please be away. Yes! Oh my gosh, 3 for 3. Yes! Oh my God, we're really getting the card we want this week. This is what we want. +2. Sorry.
So moving on, I'm happy that this is actually a game of the week and not actually, one of my picks. But yeah, App State at Marshall on national TV.
This is game of the week because you made it game of the week.
It's on CBS. It's a pretty close line. I mean, this is a game. I'm not calling it the game of the week. The game of the week. You can't
say I'm happy it's game of the week and not just my pick when you're the one that made it game of the week. I said a game of the week. I said that it's not just like a specific one. It's a game of the week every week.
Well, not really.
You pick our slate.
Okay,
you're just forcing us to pick it as well this time.
It's a good game. It's App State -350 at Marshall. This is a good game.
I don't disagree.
Okay, well, either way. Let's just get on with it.
Pace. Keep it going.
That's okay. All right, Yosef, national TV, Yosef, going to West Virginia. I don't know where Marshall is in West Virginia. It's probably a town called Marshall. Jamison, who do you have here in the battle of the Mountain Men?
This is a game that is going to get Bobby locked into CBS All Access for the rest of the year. It is a bummer that it's on CBS because all people who don't pay for cable, if you pay for cable, bless your heart, you're losing a lot of money. But CBS does not give us anything unless it's CBS All Access. Screw them for that. I'm mad. But App State putting out an absolute embarrassment last week, embarrassing Bobby in every single aspect of his lock of the week.
2 points.
Well, that sucks.
Only one person got their lock of their week right, and it was you. So congratulations.
Ooh, okay.
That's why he brought it up. Not coincidental. He knew what he was doing there.
Okay, good point.
Thank you, Bobby, for proving my point. I would like to go with App State here, -3.5, because it was not fun cheering against App State last week. I really, really enjoy seeing Yosef do well. So I'm back on App State, -3.5.
I would also like, on a programming note, Jamison is still under 500 despite his record last week. So all time. Anyways, Ty, your turn. Does Yosef squeak out the victory here, or is it the home team of Marshall?
I want to go against it so bad, just so that if Marshall wins, I can have that extra satisfaction. But I got to play the percentages, and I'm going to go with Yosef here. Not for you, but for Ford.
Real strong anti-Bobby sentiment. And I also got to say, Jamison definitely just lost us our Cox our Cox sponsorship, which we were this close.
Oh,
If we got it, I was done.
There would have been.
completely forgot.
We would have had digis all over this. The little Cox digi everywhere. It would have been great. But you blew it, Jamison. You blew our cable chances. Anyways, you already know what I'm going to say. App State minus Tree Fitty, minus 45. I don't care. App State's going to win this one. So give me Joseph big time on national TV. That's where they shine brightest. That's where the stars shine brightest. So Appalachian State, they looked a little rough against Charlotte, but they put it together, almost made a run at that cover. I think they'll be a lot stronger this week. So give me the Mountaineers.
Okay, next, Yosef versus Marshall. Yosef. We really need Yosef here. Marshall's a good running team, but I forget who they played first week. They didn't play Middle Tennessee State. That was Army. They played another random team. They kind of stomped them, but I just think Yosef is so much better here, and they were just not playing like themselves. So please, Yosef, please. Away. Once I can re-roll it, landed on my keyboard. Crap. Did not want that. Marshall 3.5. No. Okay. What's going on with my pen? Did not like that pick. Okay. Something had to go against us this week. I guess it's Marshall.
Moving on. This is, I guess, a game. Interesting. UCF at Georgia Tech. I guess this is if there was ever a time for UCF to try to make the playoff, I guess it's now. I don't really know if they're that good in a group of 5 or not, but intriguing game. Georgia Tech pulled off an upset against Florida State. And honestly, at this point, can we just stop calling, anytime Florida State disappoints at home, game 1 an upset? Because honestly, Florida State, let's throw them in the garbage pile right next to Nebraska. That is a program that is not on par anymore. Until I see anything from them, they're garbage. So that's my rant on Florida State there. But all right, Jamison, who do you got in UCF Georgia Tech? Do you think that UCF can pull out a big Power 5 win here?
So using my mindset last week where I said if you're a home team and you've already played before, I think you can have an advantage, which gave me my lock of the week, which was all pretty much easy the whole way. Southern Alabama controlled it, but for the most part versus Tulane, and still lost, but easily covered. UCF hasn't played. Georgia Tech has played and won. But the deal is Georgia Tech did not look pretty at all in their win versus Florida State. It was just a battle of two uglies. I feel like the 7.5 is really kind of giving Georgia Tech a little too much here. I'm going to have to go against my mantra. I'm picking UCF. They got their quarterback returning. They got another solid team that's going to be middle ground. So I think they win by 10+.
Ty, who do you got?
So here's the critical analysis here. Georgia Tech, I know nothing about their football team. Besides, I think they have either a train or an old car that comes to the games as their mascot.
It's an old jalopy called the Ramblin' Wreck.
What I do know is that Georgia Tech's, and I just double check this, you can look this up if you don't believe me, Georgia Tech's student body is 70% dudes. Why? Why would you go to college there? Why would you do that? That is publicly available information. Imagine showing up your first day of college and you look around and there's 7 dudes and 3 girls. What? How's that even allowed in 2020? UCF, on the other hand, is pennies barking. Is like 45% dudes, 55% women. I hate UCF. I hate everything they stand for. They're not real national champions, although if we do acknowledge their national championship, then OU has 17 national championships, which might be a fair trade. But I'm going to have to go with UCF here.
Yeah, I find this to be a little tough. I think it'll be a decent game. I really think Georgia Tech will, kind of hang around. But that 7.5 line, I don't know if I can bite. I don't know if I can bite on Georgia Tech keeping it that close.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't like them either. Give me UCF though to cover. shout out to Georgia Tech for a great performance, but they're not going to go 2-2 against overrated Florida teams. So
can I have a self-editor's note here? I didn't want to make it sound like a negative. The Rambling Wreck, actually very cool. That was not a negative. That was just one of the two things I knew.
It's a jalopy thing. It's pretty cool. I don't know. It looks awesome.
Okay, if we're gonna get another underdog, what Georgia Tech? They're scrappy. They're scrappy. Come on, get the scrappy dogs. Scrappy dogs. Scrappy dogs. Yes. Yes. Oh, we got the scrappy dogs. Yes. Okay, Georgia Tech. Even though Florida State is in a little bit of a turmoil, I just think, this team has so much resilience that even if I see UCF get up by a touchdown or two, like, they're gonna be fighting till the end. So this could easily be a backdoor cover. Ooh, yes, okay. I've really talked myself into this pick. Okay.
Moving on to our final game of the week. I gotta say, I'm ready for the SEC to come back because these are just not as fun. It's Syracuse and Pitt.
Whoa. This is not an SEC game.
I was saying I want the SEC to come back so we don't have to pick Syracuse Pitt anymore.
Oh,
this is not fun. Dude. This is just fine. This is brutal. I hate it. I'm just gonna start on this one. Look, I respect Pitt, but the Pitt super weapon is not charged yet, and they're not going to use it on Syracuse.
Syracuse is also an upset team.
They are, but not as super weapony as Pitt. However, I think that's how they get this cover. Give me Syracuse to cover 22 points. Pitt super weapon ain't ready yet, folks. Ty's just disappeared from the pod. That's okay. Jamison, you once had a pair of Syracuse shorts for some reason. Are you going to ride with the Qs here?
I bought the pair of Syracuse shorts, one, because I needed another pair of athletic shorts, and two, I liked Michael Carter-Williams there. How bad of a take is that? Ugh. Okay, let's just move on from that. This line is so bad. Pitt looked really good. They shut out 59-0 for some no-name. And Syracuse is not a good team. And Syracuse's quarterback's last name is DeVito, and I just can't get by that. Just like saying that DeVito is going to do well, it just hurts me deep down. But Pitt 22, are we like buying in too much that Pitt is some good team? Oh, this just irks me deep down. I don't like it at all. Give me Syracuse plus 22. I don't like it at all. I'm really excited to hear Blake's take on this.
Here's the thing. Pitt isn't a good team. They just are a super weapon that will fire off whenever they play a solid team and cause chaos. So no, they're not good at all. They just have the ability to randomly be good at any point in time. I just don't think it'll be this time. Ty, what's your take on this?
I think East Coast absolutely nowhere near any of the other teams. They currently have a hashtag and a number next to their name, and they can blow out no-name teams. I think Pitt should come to the Big 12.
Pitt come to the Big 12?
Virginia can have a rival. That's West Virginia's closest college. Like they're only like 45 minutes apart. So let's take Pitt to the Big 12. But beyond that, 22, I don't know. Jamison said it's a negative, but Syracuse's quarterback being named DeVito, and then also their mascot being what it is, they just sort of recycled the full mascot. You got to go with that. That energy there, especially since all they have to do is not lose by more than 3 touchdowns. I have to go with Syracuse here. Yeah.
Yeah, I
have to go with Syracuse here.
I mean, why is anyone trusting Pitt with a 22-point line? Like that's like giving a toddler like a flamethrower or something. I don't know why anyone would ever take that, but
we are going to do Syracuse Pitt. I need Pitt here. Pitt, oh my gosh, just came in clutch for me last week, kind of when I had a horrible week. So please be Pitt. Please be Pitt. Please be Pitt. Please be Pitt. Yes! Oh my God, this is such a good card this week. Oh my gosh, we really only just got one that didn't go our way. Oh, we should be in a good position. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay.
All right, let's go with our wild card picks. Ty, I'll just start with you. Do you have a wild card pick?
Oh, boys, do I have one? And oh my goodness, is it irresponsible? It is. So irresponsible and so amazing. And I've just pulled up a drawing that I did for class. I don't know where our video is gone. Okay, here we go. My pick of this week, in-state rivalry, absurd line that no one has the capability to cover, big name coach, an undefeated team, 1 win, against a team that hasn't won a game yet, also 1 loss. I'm talking about UNC versus Charlotte. Mac Brown playing at home with his currently number 12 North Carolina Tar Heels. I'm not sure how I think that's a Jordan marketing scheme, and they've paid off these rankings. But they have a 29.5-point line. That is not a responsible line to give any Mac Brown team ever post Vince Young, let alone North Carolina. And, it is Charlotte. It's an in-state team, though. This is kind of like Oklahoma State Tulsa for North Carolina people. I did not need to do that to North Carolina. That was so I don't know what I would compare this to. It's not Oklahoma State, but so irresponsible. I'm going with North Carolina here to win by more than 30 against Charlotte.
You're really making the exact same mistake that I just made last week by picking a North Carolina team to cover against Charlotte.
What was your pick?
App State to beat Charlotte by more than 17.
App State to North Carolina?
Yeah, Boone, North Carolina.
I don't even know where that is.
Or you know.
I lived in North Carolina.
Well, there you go. I guess you just have so many weird little teams.
Yeah, Mac Brown and UNC.
Because, I mean, you had old
and a half. Easy layup.
Okay, well, that's your
that's my pick of the week.
That's your pick of the week, I guess.
Okay. I'm not.
Okay, everyone, Ty here. We have bad news. Charlotte had to cancel with UNC for their game. That was my pick of the week, and let's see what I have as a replacement. So, I kind of looked at Campbell versus Coastal Carolina. That's a North Carolina versus a South Carolina team. Looking at the slate, I see Wake Forest at NC State. Wake Forest, obviously in North Carolina State, obviously in North Carolina, so I think I can get myself a little replacement matchup here. Now they are playing at NC State and Raleigh, but the interesting thing about this game to me is that it's completely opposite of my original pick of the week, this North Carolina Charlotte, in that this one had a really, really high line. Wake Forest NC State opened at like 1.5 for NC State. I think it's moved around between 2.5 and 3, which to me is almost irrelevant because it's all the Penny's freaking out in the background. It's all really the same line. Like if you're gonna win, you're gonna win by probably at least 3. So I really like Wake Forest here to cover. They are not favored. Wake Forest not expected to win. They covered last week during Clemson. They're actually the ones that burned me on last week's pick of the week. So I'm really going to have to go with Wake Forest here to get the cover versus NC State. And I think that is going to have to be my replacement pick of the week. Look out for that one on ACC Network if you're so able.
I guess, Jamison, who do you got?
Okay, so my pick of the week, originally this morning, the UNC line was at minus 23.5, and I said, give me that. And I wanted to go on this big anti-Charlotte thing where UNC is going to blow them out of the water and it's going to make Yosef look even worse. But I've had to retract from that because it's gone up to 30 and I just ain't about that life. And Ty picked it and I don't want to pick that now. See, now, you know what you got to do? If you don't pick UNC, you know who you got to pick?
Who do you got to pick?
Duke. You got to pick Duke minus 5.5.
The North Carolina teams. I looked at that one too. That's a good one. That's a good one.
They're playing Boston College, who lost to Kansas last year and lost to A.J. Dillon. I don't know anything else about their team, but A.J. Dillon was a stud, and somehow Kansas still whooped them. And Kansas showed us that there is no good production moving on from last year into this year. And Duke played really well versus Notre Dame, even though they lost by 14. They kept it close, and I think Notre Dame's a pretty damn good team this year. I really like Ian Book. And I think that they're pretty solid. So give me Duke minus 5.5. If UNC fails you, go to Duke.
So now we're going to do the random pick of the week, where each week we're given a wild card pick, game of our own choosing, but I'm not even going to pick the game. I'm going to let a random number generator pick which game we're even going to choose, and then we'll roll the dice to see what we are doing with that. So this week, the slate is right here, and I counted it all out, and we have 22 games on the schedule this week. So, and if it's one of the picks we've already chosen before, we'll just generate a new number till it's a unique game. So generate 3. I think I was hoping it was be 1. So 1, 2, 3. Oh no! Oh, for a second I thought I had that. Oh, I thought I had that Louisiana Lafayette game. Oh gosh, Austin Peay versus Cincinnati. Okay, let's see. Where's the lines? Okay, so move on. Do they even offer a line? Yeah, they do. 33.5. Okay. Well, it's clear which one I want. I just don't like this game because I think Cincinnati plays slow, but it's like clear we gotta have Cincinnati here. There's no way. After seeing Austin Peay last week against Pitt, they just got blanked. I do not like this. I do not like how this could go. Okay, we need home team. We need Cincinnati. We need the home roll right here. Please, dear God. Let me write on my sheet. So, Austin. If I get Austin Peay here, this is just going to be UTEP 2.0. Like, there's no way Austin Peay scores a point this game. So the only chance you have, like, I know Cincinnati's slow, but the only chance you have to win a bet on this game is Cincinnati. So, dear God, please be home. 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 No! Oh my God. That's a loss. That is a loss. Oh my God, Austin Peay. Plus oh my gosh, and it's 33.5, like maybe like 37. Oh my gosh. 33. What has this team done? Have they even put up points the past 2 weeks? Let me see. Let's just go to here. Oh, dang it. No, look at that. No. Okay, so we're gonna lose that Austin Peay bet, but besides that, I think we have a pretty good card.
Okay, I like that. Okay, so my pick, I'm gonna go with a bit of a North Texas rivalry here. I don't know if you can even call it a rivalry. It's North Texas and SMU, the haves and the have-nots, the commuter school versus the rich kids. And as much as I love to give it to the everyman, SMU is going to cover this 14-point spread. Mason Fine gone. He's not there at North Texas anymore. I believe last year I locked SMU to beat North Texas. Totally wrong. The ponies looked fantastic. So give me SMU to repeat, cover the spread against North Texas here. So give me SMU there to beat North Texas at Apogee Stadium, which is, I guess they actually play football there. I usually just know it as the place you drive by when you hit Denton traffic. So shout out to the windmills.
Really smart marketing on their end, because everyone knows North Texas just because they drive by it all the time. And I guarantee you there's one kid who is a recruit who got a bunch of offers. And like, you know what? I've seen North Texas sometimes. Then they're probably okay. You probably went there. I honestly believe that.
I drove past it a few times. They're probably okay. It's probably a recruit from Oklahoma who was going on visits and went to UNT and then went to SMU, but they were stuck in traffic for 4 hours for the last eighth of the drive, and they were like, "Yeah, I'm going to UNT."
That's like saying that, maybe there's a college football recruit out there that was like, Southern Nazarene University, it is my time to begin. Maybe.
Why do you advertise? Why do you advertise?
Golden Trans Am? Okay.
Well,
when you put it that way.
What could go wrong? Oh, man.
What if I just took the car and went somewhere else?
Oh my,
Huh?
that's funny.
Gas mask bong on draft night. Okay. Gas
all right.
mask bong the day before I get drug tested for the playoffs. Okay.
It's
That's
too
a
late for.
Stevenson quote.
I looked it up on the internet. It's too late for me to. It's too late for that to show up, anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways, wow, what an interesting pod we had here. I'm still not sure we'll split it into one or two, but it's always fun talking with you guys, and thank you, loyal listeners, for listening. It's a good time, and looking forward to talking about another OU game. Finally into the meat of it with Kansas State next week. So, yeah, here we go, folks.
Can we go over last week's picks and what our records are at right now for everybody?
Ooh, okay.
Bobby's not going to want to.
Yeah, no, I'll do it. So let's just
do you
recap.
have it on your computer?
I do. I'll actually. I'm honestly going to have to get surgical and just move this all the way around. So let's just recap our picks from last week. So, okay, nobody got Iowa State right. Everyone but Ty got the Arkansas State
Jamison
game right.
is 6-2. Everyone else has won a maximum of 3 games. There we go.
Jamison 6-2. Congrats, bud.
We're at week 1 of real playing, and he's playing against one person that is literally just rolling dice.
The dice did not do well, but also I also went 3-5. It was not a good performance for us.
3-5. Yeah,
we're both 3-5 on the season, except for Blake, who is 2-5 because he did not do the Navy BYU game like a coward. All time though, Jamison is still under 500. Ty is also very far under 500. So
that's completely fine.
Under 500, it's only 70 basis points.
That's okay. Look, I'm not worried yet.
You have to mention the fact that Jamison and I's all-time records also include Jamison has a season where he only picked 5 games all season, and I have a season where I only picked 9 games all season. Also, in the effort of fairness, I do have to mention that statistically that was both of our best seasons.
It was the season I paid the least attention to.
I shouldn't have said that because Jamison was 600 on his season and I was in the high 500s. So let's not. Anyways.
Yeah, no. Last year really went off the rails where I just had to make my own picks by myself, and I ended up going 9-1. I went 12-2 in 2 weeks that we didn't have anyone else competing against. So of course that happened. But all right, I'm ready to wrap this thing up, folks.
Yeah, I've been ready.
Yeah, that's fair. Hey, that's fair.
Started bringing up his record.
This is.
I feel like it was pertinent for the people to hear that want to pay attention to our competition.
That's fair.
It is.
Well, anyway, if you were still listening to that, thank you. So, anyways, for me, Jamison and Ty, this has been the Schooner Pod. We will see you next week where we are going to dive deep into the Big 12 opener against Kansas State, make our picks and more. You know the drill at this point. So thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time. Boomer Sooner.